Hello everyone and welcome to game number 4 between Team Berserker B and eXe Firebat, which Firebat is a particular squad or part of Team eXe. And so we have spawning in the bottom left corner of Atlantis spaceship. Never had to actually say that. Spawning in the bottom left of Atlantis spaceship we have CLFE Simi. The blue Protoss player who is for Team Berserker, who is currently down. It is 1-2, and his opponent, who has taken 2 games for Team Firebat, Inferno, the awesome orange Protoss player. So this is a PvP on this very interesting map, Atlantis Spaceship, that is getting increasingly more popular. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I could say that after winning 2 games, I think Inferno might be a little bit on fire.
Yeah.
You see what I did there?
Very, very true, man. Very corny, but true. I like this map. I've decided I like it.
It doesn't have an ugly face.
No, it kind of looks like a bear. It looks... Dude, I'm telling you, man, it looks like a bear who doesn't have any legs. It's just
it does look like a
ghost bear. Yeah.
It looks like it looks like a teddy bear.
It's a teddy bear, man.
It's like eye, nose. I don't know what these things are. Maybe arms. These are arms.
He's holding his arms up in the air, and he's sitting like Indian style, like a yoga master. Yogi Bear. This map is Yogi Bear, dude. He's a yoga doing bear.
He even has like a little like fez hat thing, you know? Oh man, I'm so happy we have figured out a whole ton of stuff tonight, Kadoink.
Dude, that might single-handedly pop our views up as we just discovered the coolest thing about the map. Do you know how to make your YouTube account be linkable? I'm getting some messages right now. Sorry, guys. I'm actually going to respond to this.
Doink. Alright, well anyway, with this cybernetics core going down for Inferno, actually going for basically the exact same wall that he went for last game. So I think this is just kind of a habit to get his all of his probes off the line and then back onto the line as fast as possible to boost the amount of minerals he can actually mine. And CLFE Seam is going for something extremely similar. He's not actually building a wall, he's just building his buildings very close to his mineral line. Which is very standard in PvP, because honestly, building a wall in PvP doesn't really help you at all. In fact, I think it's easily arguable that it hurts you more than it helps you. Inferno is of course building his 3rd pylon, making sure he does not get pylon blocked, and CLFE Seam might get pylon blocked here. I actually think he will get pylon blocked here. Does he have another pylon coming down anyway? Nope. He got supply blocked.
Yeah, this is very, very annoying for Simi. Oh, eSimi. He was in the chat earlier. I just understood that. He is going to be putting down a robotics facility as well as another pylon, so kind of a weird build. 2-gate robo. Not very popular. Normally we see the 3-gate robo. Looks like his opponent Inferno has not really opted to do anything at this point. He's going to be putting down a Stargate, so very interesting plays by both these players.
Yeah, indeed. And God, Inferno really likes Stargate play.
Yeah, he does. Getting down another gateway. Also going to be putting a pylon at the edge of his base. His opponent was moving out with the Stalker and a Zealot, but has decided to pull back. And doesn't have anything else yet. He's just on this 2-gate robo, which is a very kind of awkward build. It might be cool. I'm very excited.
I actually think 2-gate robo is a very standard build. I mean, you build your 2 gates and then you build a robo.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, I'm guessing he's going to tack on a gateway right after, or at least very soon after. He might go for an expansion first, because this is usually something that you go for an expansion with. You get your 2 gates, your robo, expansion, gateway. And that kind of just gets your economy up there quite solidly. Now, of course, Inferno... Lost Dodo, get out of chat. Come on, man.
Yeah, a lot of chat in this game. I do apologize for my little bit of chat earlier. But yeah, we have the Stargate, some Phoenix coming out for, so this is Inferno going Phoenix play, and then getting a robo of his own. Both players on very low number of gate. This is very interesting, you know. A lot of times we've been seeing 4 gates, 3 gate robos, very kind of standard play. And now we're seeing very different play, which is very cool from both these Protoss players. So I'm excited to cast this to see what ends up happening. We do have 2 Phoenixes already out, a third one on the way. Also going to be getting up his Observer, and I'll be interested to see how he's going to make use of this robo later on.
I think it might just be for Mortals to hard counter any sort of Stalkers, because as soon as you kill those Stalkers, the Phoenixes kind of just have free reign of your opponent's base.
Yeah.
Stalkers are really the only units that can actually do anything to them.
We have the Phoenix moving in at this time, probably going to be picking up some probes. However, he could pick up an Immortal and pick it off, which would be very, very big.
Looks like the harassment's going to get completely shut down. It does manage to snap off 1 probe, however, honestly, that's less than you want, and if he loses a Phoenix, that's definitely less than you want.
1 Phoenix does go down. He is going to be building another. And his, I don't know, this is looking bad for Inferno, as eXe is going to have this Nexus down. Should have a good economy.
eXe's just playing extremely standard. I wonder what Inferno is. I kind of wonder what he's thinking at this point, because honestly, Phoenix versus Protoss just, it doesn't seem like a great build.
Actually,
to be quite
we've seen
honest.
a lot of Phoenix play lately in the high leagues, the pro level, and kind of the answer to how do I beat Phoenix has been go Phoenix, build more Phoenix. There's a very interesting game in the Red Bull Battlegrounds where Sase went Phoenix, and then MC countered by going Phoenix, and it was very, very interesting. So increasingly we're seeing more and more Phoenix play. This could be due to the upgrade, it could be due to just some neat timing some player had found. But I don't think it's that out of the ordinary. I just don't know if Inferno is going about it the best way possible.
And it looks like he's finally going to start doing some serious damage to the probe lines, because he's up to those 5 Phoenixes that can actually just pick up stuff and smash the snot out of it. Whenever a Phoenix picks up like a probe, I always get like the imagery of a bully just like picking up a kid and then like shaking his lunch money out.
Yeah, Phoenixes are definitely the bully of StarCraft 2. Yeah, and back at home he has a nice little Zealot force, which is going to be pretty good against those Stalkers. However, not with Blink, which his opponent is getting, and that will be very, very effective against the Zealots. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what eXe decides to do. He really wants to get this base up so he can get his economy going and so they can get some units. He's also going to be going for Colossi, which is actually going to be very strong against the Zealot play that Inferno is opting to do.
I think the only issue is that if you go for Colossi, they kind of get killed by Phoenixes.
Yeah, that's the problem I foresee as well. And that's part of the reason Phoenixes have been so popular in the PvP matchup as of late. And so these Phoenixes will be swooping into the natural once again and just being a pain in the butt.
Indeed they are, and honestly, I mean, like, his army just is not large enough to cover everything at once at this point. He does have a photon cannon in the main base, which is gonna, kind of deny any sort of Phoenix harassment there. However, if you look at the natural, there's still nothing mining there. And then if you look at Inferno's natural, he's taking the lead. And I don't think he even had his Nexus placed by the time eXe's finished.
No, yeah, I mean, this Phoenix play has allowed him to pull up economically and ahead. He's actually double his opponent's economy at this time. This Phoenix play is so good, because when the 2 armies engage each other, he can just pick up everything and let the Zealots do all the damage. He can pick up the sentries. Ooh, and he's going to get this Colossi.
Yeah, and this is definitely worth it, especially considering the fact that I don't think he lost Phoenix there. I'm actually fairly certain he did not lose
No,
Phoenix.
he didn't. Wow, picking off 2 Zealots.
This is kind of major for Inferno and extremely annoying for eXe. This is really the things that you need to do if you're going to go for this sort of Phoenix play, is you need to just continually just batter down your opponent's forces, because honestly your army's probably not going to be quite as large as his would be if you don't batter down his forces.
Oh, yeah.
That's really just what you need. And eXe is, of course, going for the endless strategy of win behind, dark
Yeah,
shot.
but it's kind of silly in my opinion, because when your opponent is going Void Rays, Phoenixes are so fast he can just fly through the base at a whim. and he could very easily spot that. So in this situation, I would say win behind, don't Dark Shrine. Win behind against a Phoenix player, just go something very solid. It might be able to work, but it's so late in the game. His opponent has observers. He has the potential to make more observers. I don't know how I feel about this.
Yeah, I don't think it's actually that good of a move. However, still, you know, win behind Dark Shrine.
Very
Timeless
timeless
strategy.
strategy, of course. Looks like he is going to be running away with his Phoenix. He can't really do too much more damage. He might be able to pick off another Colossi. However, his opponent is done building Colossi. Interestingly, for Inferno, he's going to be going Zealot, Archon, Immortal, which is probably the coolest combination ever. It's a very, very tanky group. Ooh, getting his Phoenix is a little bit caught off guard. The Stalker's able to do some damage, and now he's going to be moving out with his big, scary army.
Yeah, this army is really big and really scary, especially considering the fact that he actually got his, you know, Archon almost gas dumpy units there. Because, of course, High Templar Archons plus Zealots is, you know, it spends all your money. It's really
yeah, it
nice.
does. It's very expensive, and he really wants to keep those Phoenixes alive for when the engagement occurs. He can pick up a lot of sentries if he wants, forcing force fields to not be placed. He can pick up some of the Stalkers. He can pick up the Immortal. So many nice things he can do with these Phoenixes, and we'll have to see what he opts to do. Going to be morphing in another Archon as well as some Zealots in the bottom right, that proxy pylon, and then probably pretty soon he's going to be going for a big push.
Yeah, and this is probably gonna, it's not gonna be the easiest push for Simi to hold off, because of course his army is not exceedingly huge. He doesn't have, you know, his big tech units, which are of course Colossi. He doesn't have any of them out. And even if he did, you know, Phoenixes, they do quite a bit of damage to Colossi. It looks like he's going to keep getting those Dark Templar and morphing them into Archons. However, I mean, the army from Inferno is just so big, especially with oh my god, I didn't even count the Immortals yet. He has 5 freaking Immortals. That basically shuts down Stalkers single-handedly.
Oh yeah, this push is going to be so big here. We'll see how the Immortals do, picking everything up. Or excuse me, the Phoenix. I'm very excited to see this. Phoenix is swooping in, seeing the army, kind of trying to bait him forward, to be honest.
Yeah, because if, you know, this army steps just a little bit too far out of bounds, the one sentry in Inferno's army is just going to drop force fields and they're going to die. The engagement is just about to happen. However, Simi did not have a lot of force fields, and all those force fields did get stomped by Archons, and the probes are getting pulled off the lines, and Simi is dying.
Simi's in a lot of trouble. Inferno had a bad position in the beginning, but because he had so many units, he just kind of pushed forward, and now he's just continuing to warp in. Simi trying to blink away, but it's not enough, and there's the GG by Simi.
I just want to see how many warp gates he has. He has 10. That's quite a few warp gates.
Yeah. So yeah, good game. Inferno taking another game. It is 3-1, I believe, in the match between BskTeamB and Inferno. Excuse me, Team Firebat, eXe Firebat. Firebat having 3 wins, 2 Berserkers 1. So Berserker needs to win another game, or else they'll lose this match.